ladies and gentlemen, this is a response to Tiger's tactical video, his latest one about paintball sniping and the snipers competition that I kind of picked apart and critiqued a little bit. Normal subscribers, the original link is actually right here. You can check out his original video and also check out a couple other videos I have listed right here. Tiger's video, in short, pretty much explained the reasons why there is no paintball sniper. He really picked apart the critique of the sniper. So actually, go ahead and pause this video right now, click on that link again, go watch it, and then you can see my critique of his critique on this video, and you can form your own opinion. So here we go. Here's my critique on your critique of an event that was canceled. So at the end of the day, none of this matters, but let's get started. Okay, $100 is pretty steep, and he said it was a scam and the first event got canceled. Very, very true. But you have to understand what's your expectations for $100. I can do a scenario for $100. There's no way I'm going to do it in a competition. And competitions aren't very good because everybody except the winner goes home with the thought in their mind, the take-home message that they are not the best. That's not a really good thing to have. So why stick with competition? Go out there to play paintball and have fun. So the $100 price point was a little bit high. The prize money, depending on how many entrants, that makes sense because they don't want to go broke if nobody shows up. Which means nobody is going to show up for this very simple reason. The competition, your total trigger time was like, what, 20 minutes maybe? Like you have 20 minutes spread over a 5-minute thing. So that's not working. The proper way to have this event scheduled is doing a scenario game, maybe during that lunch hour where a lot of people are just cooling, chilling off, cooling off, eating their pizza, eating their sandwiches and stuff. That's when you have this on the side. Maybe at the closest field or even at the chrono range, because this isn't a two-way battle, you can just set some targets down in the chrono range. Because the lunch hour is usually the most informative time of paintball scenarios apart from the safety briefing. Okay, the safety reason, yada yada, you have to go through the, get the lawyers and insurance rates down and everything. But when you get to the lunch rate, sometimes they have raffles, sometimes they tell you when they're going to play the next big event, sometimes they'll tell you what the scoreboard is, or even announce some other things. So that's a good time while you have everybody's attention, and not everybody's participation is required. Maybe you have something like that in the sniper fee. So $5,000 is very, very high. A lot of this reminds me of this TV show series called Top Shot on the History Channel. As a matter of fact, if you have a Netflix subscription, you can go ahead and check that out on your Xbox or PC or whatever. It's something called Top Shot. And I think, well, especially with the playing cards, it looked like it was copied and pasted exactly from that. So it's a neat idea, but it's not going to work. Obviously, that's why the event was canceled. What have I covered so far? The entry fee was wrong. The fact that it was a dedicated event was wrong. Okay, oh yeah, the 400-foot shot. And I know Tigers is blowing out about that. The 400-foot shot, blah, blah, blah. Who cares? If nobody can hit a single target, they're not going to say, okay, thanks for your $100. Nobody won, so I guess we'll hold on to that prize money. Nobody's a winner. This is a competition. Somebody's got to take that podium spot of first, second, and third place. So somebody's got to win. Nobody can hit it at 400 feet. They'll bring it down to 350, then to 300, until somebody hits something. So even though you may start at 400 feet, which we know that you'll very quickly get into the high 200s, it doesn't necessarily mean that anybody's going to make a 400-foot shot. I wouldn't expect that. For one, first strikes rounds, they did not specify what type of paints that you had, nor did they specify a foot per second rule. Now, obviously, the limit is legally 300, but that's when you're shooting at people. If we're shooting at playing cards, I don't think those playing cards really care about how fast they're going to be hit with a paintball. They'd rather be spending time on a blackjack table instead of getting painted up. It's nice and safe to think it is 300 feet, but they didn't specify that either. So there are a lot of details that are missing that really determine this. I just say it was a poorly planned event, a really good idea, not an original idea. I don't really understand why you're ripping on this event so much. It stabbed itself to death and bled out on its own flaws, so we'll just leave it at that. Come on, man. Your main complaint was why should paintball snipers be differentiated from any other kind of paintball players? We don't have paintball ground pounders or infantry or support people. You don't have the titles of the grunts. Why should you have somebody with the title of an elite sniper? For one, the title doesn't matter. The title's not printed on my vest. For a matter of fact, I don't even have my name printed on my vest. Words are just words. When the paint's flying, nobody really cares. So like you said, nobody calls themselves infantry or support or like covert ops or anything like that. And then you have the separate group that is called snipers, and you have paintball players and you have snipers. And it doesn't mean that you have to be either A or B, but the snipers try to differentiate themselves. In order to be qualified as a paintball sniper, you do have to definitely think outside the box and do things that a normal paintball player wouldn't do. And that's all the qualification that you really need. Shooting a lot less paint, flaking a lot more often, not making such a big noise, and you don't even have to be close to them. It's that one person who can change the field, that one person who can change the way that the battle's going by himself. That's what I think a sniper is. If a sniper wants to be a hero, then he should be able to change the game, make game-altering moves by himself. That's it. If you want to earn that title, then you better let a lot of people know that that battle that they just survived from, or that battle that they completely dominated the enemy, was considerably affected by the actions of this paintball sniper. That's the only qualification that you need. Doing something different and making being different count. That's it. Okay, so you said, show me the 400-foot shot. Probably doesn't exist. I'll give you a point on that. Okay, so extreme distance shots are very, very complicated. Here's some footage about me flicking away. And this is what I think a paintball sniper would be. And this was me using my Apex barrel. I think I was maxed at about 300 feet per second, maybe 280, 290s. But this is a pretty good distance that I'm getting. I'm not exactly sure. I don't have a tape measure. But this is what I think a paintball sniper should be. Kind of slowly flicking away, trying to walk in their shots a little bit. And also, you complain about shooting in a 45-degree angle. Whatever gets the job done gets the job done if you're going for $5 grand. And then your last point was to prove that the ghillie suits were really cool. I don't have a ghillie suit. I have no interest in getting a ghillie suit. I have this right here and some camouflage pants and a camouflage shirt. I didn't pull those out. But like you said, you wanted to prove it was a really cool rocking thing. I think this is really cool. Lots of Velcro. Molly is ACU. Makes me look like I'm in the Army and I'm not. And it's just really cool. Speaking of cool, isn't that the reason why you got in the sport? If I go around like this, somebody's going to roll their eyes, going to be a complete idiot. Why in the world is this finger in the trigger guard? Why is this finger in the trigger guard when it really should be on top of the trigger guard like this instead of like this? That's not realistic. Okay, are we going for realism or are we going to have a good time? And if you want to go on realism in mind, now you're singing a mixed message about paintball. Is paintball a mock war game? Or is paintball a sport? You gotta make up your mind. Do you want to enjoy paintball, or do you want to make it as real as it is? And this is simply a problem that paintball has in its blood. But you, sir, Tiger, I'll link you to the video right here. I want you to see the words coming out of your mouth. You had a video of, this was Airgun Designs Longbow. Now tell me, why in the world would somebody who's so anti-paintball sniper have possession of that gun? Now I understand that you use your warp feed and everything, and you can make the gun go into different configurations. I saw you show the stock that came attached that had the nice little 45 degree quick release on it. I also saw you showing the magazine system that you had. You have 3 magazines and also a modified pouch for that. Now my riddle is that if any of these paintball snipers, you show them a magazine full of all the weapons that they could choose and gave them an option to choose any of those guns, I don't understand why you'd be in ownership of a paintball marker that most aspiring snipers would love to have in their arsenal. You're kind of singing a double message there. Also, when you attach the affixed magazine, or whatever you call it, to your barrel was actually shorter than the magazine itself. And you said, yeah, of course, of course you need a longer barrel in order for it to look right. Look right? Now I know, Tiger, you're the type of person who actually wants whatever works to work, and you never pick a barrel based on the way that it looks. So I have no idea why you said that. That wording right there puts you right on tactical. So I'm just breaking this down. Bottom line of my video is, Tiger, keep up the good work. Keep your voice down. Keep it informative and not aggressive. I could do this in my bedroom where it's nice and quiet. You have to go to your garage because you're venting in such frustration. But thank you so much for the videos. And my take-home message really is, what are you playing for? Are you playing to enjoy it? Are you playing to prove you're the best? I'll definitely have you know that I bought this, and this, and everything else because it was cool. Nobody ever joins the sport of paintball and buys the gear thinking, hey, I can prove myself that I'm such a better shot than everybody. Nobody ever proves that, hey, I can be the best team or I just want to beat people. Everybody's saying, hey, these things are pretty cool. I want to know more. I'm out of time and out of concern, so I know why I play. Why do you play?